Want to call the county commission to order for our regular session. Commissioner Dawson is unable to be with us tonight. I'll call on Sheriff Eads again if you'd lead us in prayer. Thank you.
Thank you for folks at Dickson County, a great place to live, have friends, be with this commission, Lord, the mayor, and elected officials have to make decisions on behalf of the county. Bless them, give them the wisdom, keep this county moving.
Amen. Stand for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, call roll, please.
Yes, sir. Mr. Simpkins?
Here.
Mr. Ledger? Mr. McElwain?
Here.
Mr. Beatty?
Here.
Mr. Dawson? Not here. Spicer?
Here.
Mr. Buckner?
Here.
Mr. Britt?
Here.
Mr. Petty?
Here.
Mr. Williams?
Here.
Mr. Grove?
Here.
Ms. Gray?
Good to see you all tonight. Commissioner Dawson's a little bit under the weather, and Mr. Ledger is at a conference. First order of business is approval of the minutes of the April 21st, 2025 session. Open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Petty, second by Commissioner McElwain. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number 2 is public comments. Do we have any public sign for comments tonight? There's no public comments. Item 3 is committee reports. Any committees to report? Item 4 is appointments and elections. The first is the reappointment on the 911 board of Mr. Timothy Spann and Mr. Shane Steely. Open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Williams, second by Commissioner Gray. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number 2 is Planning Zone Director. As y'all were introduced again to Mr. Curtis Hayes, we brought him forward at the regular meeting to be our new Planning and Zoning Director. Mr. Hayes is here tonight again. I think y'all had opportunity to question him. He didn't have any hard questions, so but he's probably ready to answer those tonight if you do. But if you don't, I'll open the floor for a motion for him. Motion by Commissioner Spicer, second by Commissioner Buckner. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Congratulations. Item number 3 is Economic Housing Development Corporation Board. This is a by the way that's written, it's not an appointment, it's an election of these individuals, because the way the law's written, we have to show that as an election, but it's the same as an appointment. On this, we also have to designate the 7 members that are mentioned. These are 6-year terms, but the terms are staggered initially, so the 6-year clock starts. So Mr. Jeff Martin is being put in for a 6-year term, Ms. Laura Travis for a 6-year term, Mr. Scott England for a 4-year term, Mr. Alan Reagan for a 4-year term, Ms. Robin Lund for a 2-year term, Mr. Mike Easley for a 2-year term, and Ms. Beth Garrett for a 2-year term. Then when those terms come up on the 2- and 4-year, they'll be eligible for a re-election to a regular 6-year term. Jeff Martin of White Bluff. Under appointments elections, item number 3. Well, this is the one that was sent out. Yeah, but do y'all have it on this one? Okay. It doesn't, it's not to be a resolution. This was an agenda. Yes, it does. I'll be glad to explain it if you want me to, but it needs to come from appointment elections. This is the Economic Development Housing Board. Yeah, I thought I printed. Joe, not getting a. Okay, it needs to be up there. Sorry, it's not a resolution. It's an election. That's why it's been moved. I apologize for that. If that's okay with y'all, does everybody understand what we're doing then? Okay. I'll open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Grove, second by Commissioner Spicer. Any question or discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Okay, item number 1, would that be quarterly financial reports? We're all back together. Don't want to get ahead of anybody here. Resolution to authorize certain amendments to all funds of the county budget, accepting only the funds established for schools. Mr. Hall presented these to y'all. Do you have any questions for Mr. Hall? Open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner McElwain, second by Commissioner Simpkins. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number 2. Nope. This is not the day. Thank you. Loose ball. Somebody's going to fall on this. All right, let's just go off this. Quarterly financial reports, all funds except schools. Mr. Hall, I think that's what I just had you vote on. Okay, let's go back to number 1. Do y'all show that as all quarterly financial reports, Board of Education representative? Okay, let's just ride this thing out until we crash. That would be Dr. Sutherland. Any questions for Dr. Sutherland? Open the floor for motion. Motion by Commissioner Gray, second by Commissioner Brett. Hearing no other questions, discussion, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number 3, amendments, all funds except schools. Is that what we got? Okay, just going to follow along. Once again, any questions for Mr. Hall? We'll open the floor for motion. Motion by Commissioner Buckner, second by Commissioner McElwain. There are no questions or any discussion. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number 4, capital outlay notes for solid waste management resolution. Authorize issue. So yeah, there it is. Interest bearing solid waste sanitation department capital outlay note series 2025 in the amount of $349,000 and $349,000, 315. Any providing for the note thereof. Any questions on that? Mr. Hall can tell us what that equipment is. Thank you. This was what was approved during the budget. We're just doing the borrowing now to get our money back for the budget season's open. Open floor for motion. Motion by Commissioner Petty, second by Commissioner Spicer. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next is capital outlay notes for highway department. It'd be the same thing. If you have any questions for Mr. Hall? Hearing none, open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Spicer, second by Commissioner Gray. Any question or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. That was number 5 I just did. Okay, just making sure I'm keeping up with the Joneses. Item number 6, copy leases, various departments. This is simple. The copy leases, the leases extended more than a year, and that's why y'all are seeing those. Open the floor for motion. Motion by Commissioner Petty, second by Commissioner McElwain. Any questions from Mr. Hall? Hearing none. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. I think we're done with Mr. Hall for a minute. Item number 7, County Health and Occupation Safety Plan. Mr. Fisher presented that to y'all 2 weeks ago. Do you have any questions for Mr. Hall, Mr. Fisher on that? Either one of them. Anybody wants to answer questions, welcome to. Hearing none, open floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Brett, second by Commissioner Simpkins. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Maintenance agreement, resolution authorizes the county to enter into a general maintenance agreement with the Tennessee Department of Transportation. Mr. Reagan.
Right. We talked about this at the last meeting. We've done these on a number of different projects where the state comes in and makes certain safety improvements on roads or intersections. And once they make those improvements, they want us to sign something acknowledging that they will not be maintaining them, that it'll be our responsibility to maintain what has been installed. And in the resolution, it has the roads and locations of these specific improvements.
Any questions for Mr. Hall? Yes.
Right. I don't think this, I didn't see a date in this one at all. I don't think it's something that they are coming back and looking at. I just think from my reading of it, it's something where they want to make sure that we know that the improvements were done and that they're not going to make the repairs to it. They want us to say, yes, we'll make those repairs. I know we talked about 3 years on some in the past, but in this current contract, I didn't see a term.
Any other questions? Open the floor for a motion. Motion by Commissioner Gray, second by Commissioner Simpkins. Any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next item, resolution authorizing Dickson County Sheriff's Office to participate in county correction partnership initiative established by the Tennessee Correction Institute. Sheriff Eads explained that to us. Is there anything you'd like to add from what you gave us 2 weeks ago?
No change. Brady got a good grasp of in the resolution.
Thank you. Any questions for the sheriff? Open floor for motion. Motion by Commissioner McElwain, second by Commissioner Britt. Any questions or discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number 10, resolution amend the solid waste tipping fee. We handed out the formula on this, that what we're looking at is basically stating that we're moving on your exhibit A, that we're moving to $70 a ton for each of these items, up from the $54 a ton for trash. This will take care of the loss or the lack of revenue we're getting on this. This also in the amendment has a charge for the trash. We recognize the significance that the municipalities play by picking up trash for us. It doesn't require us to have extra convenience centers, and they would be charged $35 per ton on this. We're at a point now where we're looking at getting this in place while the 3 municipalities are putting together their budget. So that's the resolution in front of you. Any discussion? Yes, sir.
That's about bringing in.
This will increase it on the revenue sheet. I've got one here. It'll increase it up to estimate around $6 million, where we're gaining right now about $5,500,000. And that's our best estimate on that. That additional revenue most of it needs to be set aside for capital projects. As y'all recall, we put about $1 million earlier this year and last year into doing work, and that was some of the Joe Biden money to get that up to date, but we're going to make sure that's better managed out there. But this additional funds need to be set aside for capital improvements for the landfill and landfill only, because it's self-supporting.
Longevity of doing this? I mean,
just for a rough estimate on this, I think you're probably in a 5-year window before you need to look at this again. And just for comparison, we're still $5 less a ton than our neighbors to the east, Cheatham and Williamson County.
police do a better job, or would we need to? I guess is the question. Would we need to do a better job of policing what comes in? I mean, I know we've got people that's taking advantage of us on it. Do we have any ideas on how we're going to do that?
There's some staffing models we're working on with the sanitation board, in particular Mr. Ken Naif, on doing that. We're trying to limit the cost on what it does as far as having people on site to do that. But we think our convenience center places are doing very well. It's the garbage that's being brought in, or the demolition that is being brought out there when people claim that they are working at someone's house that is a county resident or not. But we're going to do a better job of making sure that is actually what it is. If not, we need to send them away because we have phone calls that come in at sanitation that tell us that, warn us that people are coming in with trash from outside the county when they actually see it being transported from another county. And that's a good way to stop it, by honest folks reporting on what's going on. But it's it's a tough job, and other counties have to deal with it. We had a Dickson County and tried to dump in Fairview at theirs the other day, and they were turned away, and they were upset about it. But I explained, you're not a Williamson County taxpayer, so you bring it to us.
That's what I was also going to say. If I get any complaints anymore about our trash, it's from people that, maybe, and it's not an every month occurrence. Say they got a pretty weekend, they clean out those sheds and things, and they have more trash than normal. And they take it to the facilities, and the guys tell them, say, well, you don't need to bring that many at one time. That's the only thing I hear anymore. But most of the time, it's for people that live here in the county, they're taxpayer people.
Yeah.
And, it's just random, springtime, fall or something, that they're doing something like that. But I think at our local facilities, I don't hear much complaints as far as that's, somebody coming in and dumping trash.
Well, and carrying to the landfill, when you have large amounts of trash and, the first 500 pounds is free for citizens of the county. So again, I don't know if I could put 500 pounds on a trailer anymore, no matter how long it took, but we can give a lot of latitude on that. But just in comparison, in Humphreys County, commercial haulers carry trash to their convenience centers and load those up. So they're actually dealing with that where they're not, because Humphreys County does not have a landfill, because they directly transport all theirs to Camden themselves. So there's a lot of moving parts in this. The good thing about this resolution is it keeps us away from the $10 fee that's been effective for 14 years, and we haven't had to go to that. The growth and the electric meters on the $10 fee, and then of course continued commercial tipping fee and the cost to manage that, raising the price up where we're like our neighbors is I think our best effort.
Mayor,
Yes.
I know we've kicked this down the road several times, and I know it's an issue. Nobody wants to raise fees. Nobody wants to raise taxes, but we've entrusted you last year to lead us in the right direction, to tell us to set the tax rate and what we was going to do to set us down the road. We've entrusted you with our budgets, all of our fund budgets. We've trusted you with our school board budgets to make sure that they're in line. And I don't know why we're not going to trust you now and tell us we're going to put us where we need to be for the next 5 years. So my motion is to prove it like you got it.
I think that's a motion by Commissioner Grove. Do I have a second? Second by Commissioner McElwain. Any questions or discussion? Yes.
So several things. So I disagree with it. I don't think it's fair. That's just my view. Everybody in the county is paying the $10 fee, and that's the right from the resolution is for a disposal fee to the landfill. And I'm going to include the private haulers in here that's not in here. So actually the cities are doing the county a favor. They're collecting the trash. They're bringing it to the landfill. All their citizens are paying the $10 fee. The private haulers are doing the same thing. Now they're going to have to pay $70 a ton. If you live in the county and you pay the $10, you're paying that guy to transport your trash to the landfill. You're bypassing the convenience centers. So that's an extra expense on us. If the cities do away with their trash pickup, it was stated that we'd have to build 4 convenience sites, which is about $4 million the county's going to have to come up with. We've got to hire more personnel, buy more trucks. So to me, it doesn't, I'm against it. I don't think it's fair. That's just my 2 cents worth. So I think it's possible you could call it double taxation if you're living in the city and you're paying the $10 fee. And now we're going to charge you because you live in the city to bring your trash to the landfill. So that's where I stand with it. Nothing personal against you. It's just I disagree with the structure of it.
Thank you. Any other question, discussion? Yes, Commissioner Beatty.
Told me that there was some kind of way to figure a household would do so many, and over that we were going to do to that. Is that in this resolution?
Yeah, the factor you're looking at in there, the 31% on the annual tonnage, what we've had the issue is we know that the city of Dickson delivers all their waste. So we could use that as a point because there's no private hauler bringing waste for the city of Dickson. So the formula on that was to use the tonnage brought in versus the population, which is a 31% figure. And so we carried that across the board. If you use that on White Bluff, it was in excess of that. It was through the private haulers, it was 38% figure, but it was a lesser figure on, what did I just say? Yeah, well, White Bluff, but it's a lesser figure on Charlotte. But if you take those two figures together and combine Charlotte and White Bluff, because I think they have the same private hauler, it's 31%, just like the city of Dickson. The issue is when the city of Dickson brings in waste, we know that it's city of Dickson waste. Whenever you have a commercial hauler bringing in, they not only pick up for the cities, though, the convenience they pay by why I pay city taxes is to have street lights and my garbage pickup. So the added convenience is for them to pick it up and deliver it with the convenience center, but they're also commingling garbage. So by using this population factor in 31%, we can carry that forward as a population increases. And that probably will need to be reassessed in about 5 years when the whole deal is reassessed. But it looked like historically that was a good standard to beat it on. Any other question, discussion?
But I guess on the resolution, the way I understand it is, so if they go over that, then they go to the $70 fee instead of the $35 fee, the way it's drafted, if they go above
Right.
that. So if there's not a census done in 10 years and they go up, then they're going to be charged at a $70 fee. So for instance, if there's not a census done in a 10-year period, then the cities are going to be paying, as they grow, they're going to be paying the $70 fee instead of the $35 fee.
We're using the census estimate every year sent out by the U.S. Census Bureau. This is based on the 2024 numbers, and we get the 2025, we'll adjust it accordingly. If their population goes up, then it's still that population times the 31% for the tonnage. So it won't wait 10 years to reprice it. We'll reprice it every year. If a city grows or shrinks, we'll have the previous year's U.S. Census estimate figure that out for us.
And in these figures, then I guess these tonnages that you're showing on this sheet, is that what they're bringing in? Is that going to be the amount that qualifies for the $35?
That was collected last year, yes. We use the same format that we use for a dispatch, where we take the previous year's number for our dispatch for police and fire, and whatever that is, we divide that by all the entities that use that from the previous year. So that's the previous year's waste calculation. Any other question, discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, vote stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next is other business. Any other business be brought before me, Commissioner? Next item after that is approval of notaries. Madam Clerk.
Yvette Baggett, Linenda Barber, Joseph Barrett, DJ Baranga, Brenda Botts, Casey Cole, Brian Cosser, Dylan Duke, Claire Harris, Lorinda Housestead, Angela Hawkins, Susan Knight, Rebecca Lampley, Candace Lee, Brooklyn Privet, Charay Smith, Amber Smotherman, Brittany West, and Tammy Whited.
A motion by Commissioner Buckner, second by Commissioner Spicer. All in favor, vote by stating aye. Opposed? Thank you. Next is announcements. We're really not sure how we handle your birthday, Commissioner Beatty. We did.
In the April meeting.
We'll take a voice vote from the commission. It's the will of the commission. Did the Commissioner Beatty, did Commissioner Beatty take care of his announcement on his birthday, even though he missed his birthday? How do y'all
We
feel?
did the April session.
All in favor of seeing Commissioner Beatty state by saying aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Happy birthday. And
No, it doesn't do any good to self-report.
no, no, you should not. But my fault is, and I'm not going to sing, that Commissioner Britt had the foresight to warn me that his was on May 10th, but I didn't wish him a happy birthday during the meeting. But thank you for telling us, and it was his birthday on May the 10th, so I hope you had a great one. Okay, well, it was an okay one. Seems like we're okay to July 5th, Mr. Petty. Remember, we have some staggered meeting dates in there, so it's going to creep up on you if you're not careful. Got a couple of announcements. Y'all have anything going on we need to know about in your communities? This one, our attorney, make sure I'm reading this correctly, so he handed it to me. During the county commission regular session, the chair will announce that in addition to the budget committee meeting and work session scheduled for June 2nd, there will be a special call meeting of the county commission on June 2nd at 6:40 p.m. to consider, discuss, and vote on the 2025-26 consolidated budget for the county. So what we're having is a budget committee meeting at 6:30. We're going to turn around and have a special call meeting of the county commission to approve the budget. And then at 7 o'clock, we'll have our work session. Three meetings in one. So everybody got that?
I got one.
6:30, 6:40, 7 o'clock on June 2nd.
I got one, Mayor.
Yes.
Congratulations to Stacy Beatty, his daughter, and the Charlotte Tigers on winning their second state championship.
Did they,
I'm proud, like I said, but the state championship was when we played Rusty and them.
you beat the best
I
team
think
there?
the best two teams I guarantee were in Dickson County.
Well, that's good. Well, congratulations to all of y'all. And then both the Lady Cougar and the Red Hawks are both in the state playoffs. That's amazing. This is a softball heaven around here. And we have our economic development officer and the Dickson Middle School softball coach here. So everybody's good. So thank you. Congratulations to all of y'all. The young ladies appreciate it. So we mentioned again, there will be a budget committee meeting, budget advisory committee meeting, and public hearing on June 2nd at 6:30 p.m. Then there will be a special session at 6:40. Then the next regular session meeting will be on Monday, June 23rd, which is the fourth Monday this time, not the third Monday, at 7 p.m. in the Beaverdale Booty Reed Junior County Commission Chamber of the Dickson County Administration Building, Forecourt Square, Charlotte, Tennessee. Motion second adjourned. Thank you.